Hi guys, if you're dealing with a narcissist, you might be dealing with somebody who appears to have a large ego. Sometimes with the overt narcissist, it's like very out there and very obvious and in your face, and they act like very arrogant. If you're dealing with a covert narcissist, it could be more in the form of sort of a smug superiority where they come across as if they're smarter than everyone and they can't be bothered with the minions, right? So it could manifest sort of differently on the outside. But what you're really dealing with is a incredibly fragile ego. You're dealing with somebody who is hypersensitive to criticism. They absolutely cannot be wrong. They have a really hard time admitting any flaws, and they must be perfect. So really, it's this horribly fragile, wounded ego that's internally, that's how they feel, and they require outside validation. They require outside validation from all sorts of humans, but then if they're the covert type, they act as if they are an island and they don't need anyone, but really internally they absolutely require people to provide them with flattery, adulation, approval, and to sort of hold up their mask of perfection, right? And of course, if they get into any sort of relationship that's, longer term, like a longer term relationship, like it can't, their imperfections start to show, and that's fine. We all have imperfections. That's part of being a human. Accepting them, acknowledging them, working on them, realizing you're not perfect, and absolutely not expecting other people to be perfect either, right? So these are people that have these incredibly fragile, weak sense of self. They're sort of like, they're sort of like shells of people. So the parasitic ones will actually often attach to strong personalities, people that do know themselves, that have like a very strong sense of self, because, again, this person, the narcissist is this can be quite this sort of fragile, ego that's just totally ridiculous in terms of being oversensitive to slights, right? So they just cannot handle any criticism, whether it's perceived or real, because again, they must be perfect. So this is a really it's a wounded way to live. I mean, it's actually really sad. So for all of you out there, one way that you can sort of heal from all of this is just start embracing and recognizing your own imperfections, and loving yourself for being a human, and knowing that it's okay. It's okay to be human. And do the work to work on the things that suck about you, and work on making them better. If you ask me, I could give you a list of all the things that suck about me that I'm like trying to work on to better myself as a human being. But recognizing that I'm never going to be perfect, and there is no such thing. I'd rather be vulnerable. I'd rather be authentic. I'd rather be real. I'd rather be working on my flaws and bettering myself as a human being. So anyway, I hope you have a good day. Bye.